Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening. My name is Nguyen. I'm a theater maker from Vietnam. Currently, I'm in the US to finish my MFA in dramatic writing. My practice lies between theater and visual performance art. It's my honor to be one of the artists in residence with Swimming in Air at Tenjinyama Art Studio. I'm so happy. I'm here today to talk a little bit about my practice and introduce the project that I would be carrying out with Tenjinyama Art Studio team during my residency. So welcome to my living space, where you would see probably the light changing all the time, natural light effect, and some kids or roosters running around in the backyard. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to start with being a theater maker. By training, I'm a playwright. I'm supposed to write script, to be performed, to be staged by a team of professionals, directors, performers, designers, technicians, etc. By practice, I am a lot more a director. I find ways to stage, to let see, to let appear a certain vision. Being a theater maker, I think the task is not to focus on one work, but to encompass all of the tasks that a playwright might have, a director might have, a designer might have, a performer might have, and to create theater. Not one single play, not one single theater work, but theater itself. Wow. I think I arrived at my practice as a response to Vietnamese theater scene. Conventional theater, or theater in a very conventional way that is performed in physical structure called the theater, with a script, with a very specific story, with a very specific morale even, is the prevailing form of theater in Vietnam. And I believe this is also the prevailing form in the world right now. I grew up with this form. I grew up with this understanding of theater. And I feel like the legacy is very important. It is the way I entered this world. But I also feel like with the many issues that we are facing today, with the many forms of art available today, with the many forms of expression and new ways to learn and to understand how we as human beings function and connect to one another. This conventional form might not be adequate. So as a theater maker, I want to task this on myself. I want to ask myself to treasure the legacy, but still uplifting new ways to create this space that offers fictional space, offers storytelling without continuing on a way, a road too much walked on. As an artist, I feel like the majority part of anyone's practice is to struggle with new ways to explore, new ways to express, new ways to do what we feel like doing. Sometimes we call it art, but sometimes we just call it something we need to do. And we all struggle with that. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing this pathway that I don't have very concretely in front of me, but I'm committed to exploring. It's such a struggle, but it's beautiful. It's challenging at the same time. It's very motivating, very inspiring. So again, as a theater maker, I feel like it would still be very important for me to find ways to create fictional space, to tell stories. And I think I find one of the most inspiring and a space with so much potential in the performing body. As in different from an actor who acts out a pre-written script. I feel like the performing body already embeds the fictional space in it, embeds zillions of fictional characters in it. What a theater maker can do, and what I would like to do, is to find ways, find frameworks to bring out these characters. And by having more performing bodies in one place doing things together, different stories would emerge. It doesn't have to be my story. It doesn't have to be a story that is written, that is figured from someone's imagination. It is the story that is enabled by these performing bodies, allowing the fictional characters in themselves to interact. I call this concept verbatim bodies, and it is the central of my practice right now. I included the concept of the verbatim bodies in my application to Swim in Air, and I'm so happy that my project was accepted, and the committee even uplifted one very important aspect of my proposal, which is this wish to find new ways to connect. It spans from a connection between human and human in that expansive scope. It is a specific wish at this time in which the pandemic had made something so basic, so simple as human touch become such a challenge, such a difficulty for all of us. And also, I feel like if we give each other time, if we really dwell in the observation of one another, it would give us hope. It would give us inspiration to persist. And I feel like that is something very essential for this time. My project is called Theater on a Card, based on the concept, the framework of the verbatim body, which engage real people and inviting the performing bodies, the performers, to be together and go through a very specific pathway towards constructing a theater work. This is an invitation for my own invitation to Tenjinyama Art Studio team to not only be the hand that I would essentially need to do this, but to be the collaborators, to be the co-creators of this theater. They would be the one who would go into the community, have the conversations with the community member, help me engage in dialogues with the community, convey these specific steps so that we all, I from very, very far from Sapporo, the team and the community together would be able to construct this theater. And the theater, the physicality of the theater would just be enough to be put on a cart so that it can travel to a community of choice. And we can start the conversation. We can not load any burden on the community, but instead we focus on the conversation. We try to spend time with each other rather than to push one another to complete or to finish anything. And together, we would be constructing this theater for the community, with the community. Yeah, that's the idea. Simple, isn't it? And I have explored this way to make theater with different performers in the past. And I would say the execution has been actually pretty simple too. And on stage, it looked pretty simple too. I wish to say though that again, as a theater maker, I'm not concerned with doing one work. Although the result of this project, hopefully, ideally, would be a series of very short plays performed by the community members. But however many that we achieve to create, or however few, I wish just to say that the idea is not to create the work. The idea is to offer the theater through which a different way of looking at connection, of creating the space that connect to that osmosis in the fictional space around all of us, around each and all of us, is more accessible. The same way we listen to story and we imagine the story playing out in our head, we can do the same just by observing the people in front of us. So yeah, I also hope that everyone in the project would have fun together, would have at the end of the project would have spent time listening to each other, observed each other, show respect to each other, and be thankful for the opportunity to be together. On this note, once again, I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be the artist in residence with Swimming in Air, and I can't thank Tenjinyama Art Studio enough, and all the curators who participate in this program. Thank you for creating the opportunity. Thank you for enabling artists to keep trying. Yes, so that's me. The kids are still playing outside. It's very sunny here, and it's only 3 p.m. I look forward to be there virtually. I hope everyone is well, and I guess we'll see each other very soon. Thank you.